AMAD. Every single one of those players better be putting him on a pedestal and walking him home. They better be kissing his boots in training for the rest of the week, because AMAD has single-handedly dragged every single one of those players out of the gutter with a 12-minute hat-trick. His first ever hat-trick. What an individual moment of brilliance. Oh my God, this match reaction is very much going to be in two parts, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm going to be focusing for the first few minutes on AMAD before I'm going in on these players, and so will Amorim. We wanted to see United with a continuation after Arsenal and Liverpool. I lost my voice after that because of that lad. Jeez, man. What a moment for him. The first one, it was a little bit of luck, but he took his opportunity. The second one, what a pass that was from Christian Eriksen. And what a finish it was. And the third one, thank you very much. I'll have that too. United winning 3-1 there tonight, and that is not a fair reflection of the game. But for that individual there, that lad, AMAD, and the struggles that he's had and the way he's had to fight for his opportunities, every single other one of those players, as I said, better be kissing his ass for the rest of the week, because they were abysmal. Professional chances. You turn up like that against Liverpool, you turn up like that against Arsenal, and then you turn up like that against Southampton. Statistically, the single worst team ever that there has been at the Premier League at this stage of the season. This team who's never scored a corner this season. Come on in, score a corner. They outplayed us for the majority of the game. But AMAD came and dragged them out of a hole. Amorim, oh my God, is he going to love AMAD after that? He is going to be absolutely furious with the rest of those players. And I'm just going to include the whole squad in this. All right, I'm just going to include every single player. Apart from Xerxes, I thought made a big difference when he came off the bench. Credit to him. But he said that this game for him was more important than the Arsenal or the Liverpool game. This is where I'm going to see whether I've learned, or this is whether I'm going to see if these players are genuine or not. Are we really going to... Because you're not going to have two better games to build momentum than a draw. Well, we could win away at Anfield, but given the results we've had there, it was a battling 2-2 draw. And to do that at Arsenal was great. But then you go and do that against Southampton at home, and you wonder why we as fans call you bluffers. I swear the only logical solution that I have... Not solution, but explanation I have for this is the players just choose when they want to play. They're not professional. A professional will turn up at his job and he will do his job as he is paid to do, regardless of circumstances, regardless of opposition. But these players, they just decided they want to turn up against Liverpool at Anfield. Decided they fancy, you know what, FA Cup of the Emirates. Yeah, I'm up for that. Yeah, go on then. Southampton at home. Oh, are you sure about that? I mean, they're bottom of the league. If I really got to start this game, Ruben, they're bottom of the league. That's how they played this game. Rasmus Højlund, word, my God, the ball did not stick with him. And when you compare that with how Xerxes played when he came on, Ugarte when he went off, Lenny Yoro got... That was a harsh lesson for Lenny Yoro. Is it Sudamana? Absolutely tore him to shreds. On the outside, on the inside, every which way. It was a harsh lesson for Yoro. Thankfully, it was a lesson which won't be compounded by the result because of what AMAD did on an individual basis. And I'm swinging back to AMAD here because that was a game... Oh, jeez. You can't trust United to take 3 steps forward. Even when you get 2 steps forward, you're still going to get sideswiped by United performing like that. And Ruben Amorim said he's going to be learning more about his players. Who can you trust? And by the way, can we talk about Anthony? Can we talk about the... Oh, my God. Watching Anthony next to AMAD is like parking a Ford next to a Ferrari. Oh, I don't know how. It's almost like a match-fixing level of bad finishing. I'm not saying he's actually match-fixing. But that's how bad that finish was from Anthony. I cannot believe he did that. But I'm going to go over it again and again and again. How incredible that was from AMAD. Like on an individual basis. the assessment after that game will largely be deservedly awful for the majority of that team. But AMAD, in those circumstances, just pulled a hat-trick out of the hat. Not 1 goal, not 2 goals, but 3 goals individually. I mean, it was a wonderful pass from Eriksson, and the substitution from Amorim made the difference. I thought Xerxes made a difference when he came on. But let's be totally honest, I mean, the players couldn't have been any more crap. So it wasn't particularly hard for an upturn to come when the subs were made. Garnacho extremely wasteful. We have Rashford and Casemiro not even in the squad. That's over 600 grand's worth of wages a week. Not even in the squad. How's that for squad building? Like, Ruben Amorim is trying to consistently, week in, week out, get this team with the mental approach that is required to be an elite team in the Premier League, to be a professional team in the Premier League. But the majority of that game was relegation level intensity, relegation level quality, and Southampton were good for it. Tyler Diblin, I've liked him both times he's played against us. He's going to be moving in the summer. Hopefully Southampton get relegated and we sign him on a cheap. Probably not going to happen. But I want to finish this match reaction with 2 main messages. Number 1, these players, simply put, aren't professional in my opinion. I mean, they are. They've got contracts. They are professional footballers. But the fact that they are seemingly choosing when they want to turn up, which games they fancy, which games they don't fancy, and that's not a professional. That's not something that you can build any sort of sustainable team building around. And that is Amorim's biggest problem. He knows he can't trust these players now. Well, you can do it there in the big game. We've got Brighton coming up next, so see what happens there. But don't let the crapness of every one of those other players take away from the shine that this lad deserves. He just signed his new contract at United last week. He's fought for his place in this team. He's fought through injuries and adversity and loan spells and managers who overlooked him for Anthony. And now he is the main man. And by the way, come on, who else put him in the Fantasy Premier League team this week? AMAD had his moment last season with the FA Cup semi-final against Liverpool, and then had his moment with the City goal. He has created moments in this team where there have been very few. And that's what star players can do. Amorim, he better be walking in that dressing room and slapping each one of those players upside the head. And every single one of those players better kiss the boots of this lad, because he really has dragged Manchester United out of a bad, bad hole there against statistically the worst ever team to be in the Premier League at this point in the season. And they nearly came away with 3 points. 3-1 is a very flattering result. But AMAD, wow. What a moment for him.